Hello, and welcome to the Goldie Hour Podcast. I am your host, Lady Goldmoon, or Goldie Moon for short. This is a brand new podcast that I will be hosting monthly, and you will be seeing interviews with business owners, boutique owners, and fashion brands, musicians, artists, photographers, that sort of thing. You get a little peek inside their life and maybe even in mine. You might even meet my pets. Well, today's guest is somebody very near and dear to me, someone very special. It is Amy Ortiz, the owner of Rockin Bettie Boutique in Las Vegas. They are known for reproduction vintage clothing, and what I like about their clothing is that it is geared towards the modern body, and they really keep in mind what people are looking for and what they're comfortable wearing. So I'm really excited to learn more about the brand, the process that they go through, their ideas, and I'm really excited to get to know Amy. So let's bring her on board, shall we? Let's welcome Amy Ortiz of Rockin Bettie. Welcome, Amy from Rockin Bettie. I am so excited to have Rockin Bettie with me because it is my favorite boutique in Las Vegas. I shop there a lot, and I've been a customer for a couple of years now, so it is a big, big treat to have Amy here. So welcome, Amy. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And I see all the pictures and all the work that you do and all the everything. So just to be here, it's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for.
Of course. It is such an honor. I love working. Honestly, at the fashion show, I was just like, wow, they chose me. I was so excited, and it was such an honor. So thank you.
Hey, thank you. It was fun. I had a great time. I love doing the fashion show. It's just fun. I mean, I don't like being on there because I'm not like a stage person.
Yeah, you're behind the scenes. I get it. Yeah.
But I love doing it. And I love, like you said, just being there. And the girls who do like it, being on stage, like it's so cute and they're so fun up there, and the energy, and just to showcase the designs, they are amazing. I love it. So.
I absolutely love everything in your collections. I mean, you're really, really good at bringing that timeless look back to life to a modern woman, and I think that's it's brilliant what you do. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the questions. So here we go. I got number one for you is, what inspired you to open a vintage reproduction boutique in Las Vegas, and how did you decide on the specific eras and styles you carry?
Well, I started wearing more of the 50s style and the Pachuca kind of thing, and I loved it. And there was nothing in Vegas, it wasn't really big. I think back then it was maybe like Tatiana and Pinup Girl that were really the only ones that were around. Well, at the time it was Betty Page before it was Tatiana.
Right. Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? And there was nothing in Vegas at all. And so I was going through a divorce. I had 5 kids. I was getting a certain amount of money. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to open a business. $7,000, 5 kids. I opened the business on my own. It was in the Meadows Mall, which was really little, tiny, small space. When I look back at pictures now, I'm like, oh my God, I seriously opened with like maybe 4 racks. Like,
oh my gosh. Wow. The more I learn about you, the more I'm fascinated, because I had no idea that's something that like turned into like what a lot of people would call the American dream. You did that. You brought it into fruition. That's so cool.
And that's why I try to tell people, like when I discuss with people all the time, like I'm on the board of directors for Safe Nest. So sometimes I get in with some of the women in there, and I kind of talk to them. I'm like, you can do anything. I was literally 5 kids, single mom in a divorce, and I opened up a store. I never even worked in retail. Never even worked in retail.
Wow.
My start was $7,000. So if you have a dream and you have a vision, it's about just going for it. Do it. Go for it. Don't let anything hold you back. The worst can happen. You start over and you start over and you start over.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And there's a lot of naysayers out there. There's a lot of people that you think would support you, but end up not supporting you. But the best thing to do in those circumstances is to just keep your eye on the prize. Don't even worry about what he or she is saying. Just continue, keep your eye on the prize, and that's it. There's a goalpost at the end of this, and you want to touch it.
Yes, definitely. Even now in having the shop now, it's been 14 years that I've had the shop. 15 years it'll be in April, and it's still now you kind of get caught up with like, what is this person saying, or what is that person saying, or what is going on, and none of it matters. It really matters. None of it matters. Like, you have your family and you have your business and you're doing good. You just, like you said, keep your eye on the prize, and that's it, because
yes,
everything that matters is supposed to be in your life is in your life.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And that's why you've become so successful doing your own business and starting from nothing to having your own boutique in Las Vegas. I mean, that's a big deal. A lot of people shop there. Famous people shop at your boutique, and that's a really cool thing. You know, I mean, I've seen some of your outfits on pretty famous models like Sabina Kelly, for example, Bernie Dexter, who's a friend of mine, actually. And it's really amazing to see you grow and continue to grow. I really love that for you, especially because you're a really good person. So next question for you is, Las Vegas has such a rich history with showgirls, Rat Pack glamour, retro nightlife. How does the city or the city's culture and the history influence your style, the aesthetic for your boutique and what you have to offer?
I've always loved, like, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, so I've seen Vegas obviously grow, not from the beginning, but it's grown so much since when I was in junior high and high school and all these things, and vintage Vegas is, I love everything about Vegas in general, but everything vintage Vegas, just, I love it. I love the style, the casinos, the Rat Pack, and the outfits and everything back then. So it kind of just is the influence of that time and that era to go back and see what they wore and how they styled and what they did. And of course, I'm a minority, so I kind of lean more towards the minority movies and styles and that kind of thing.
I appreciate that about you a lot. We need more of that. So please keep doing that. That's
more of where I really am trying to move my brand into that more era where I'm into my culture of, the Pachuca and kind of the 1950s Mexican actresses, like the new dress that I come out with, it's for fall, it's called the Aventura, and it's from the movie of the 1950s actress, and she had that whole big, huge slit up the side and everything. So I am kind of moving a little bit more to be that kind of more of my focus, because it is more of a niche that not everybody is doing.
I couldn't be more excited for that, because that's actually my vibe. I love androgynous looks. I really love the whole suspender look. When I saw Senorita Adelita win and her outfit, oh my God. And I have her in the magazine too, and I gave her a cover, and I was just blown away. She thought outside of the box, and she was true to her heritage, and I thought that was so beautiful. And she married pinup with her heritage and her own personality. She really brought that on stage, and I thought that was fantastic.
She did. It was so. I was like, same with you when she won, and then what she was wearing, I'm like, give me my.
I know.
I loved it.
It was fantastic. And it makes me really excited to see designers like you think outside of the box and do something different. And even if it's risky, I find that to be exhilarating and exciting for a brand and even for the customers, because I'm sure the customers are always looking for something different to where, you know, they want to stand out.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. And I believe, and not only do you get the support from your own culture because, you know, women do want to see it, but it's not just a cultural driven design. Women in also, like I just brought out in the last fall it was like a mariachi dress and it had the gold on it. That sold out. And I see so many tags of, you know, all races wearing it. And I'm like, I just love it so much.
I love that. Yeah.
It's just great. Honestly, a big supporter of the more Mexican traditional clothing is Japan. It's so big over there.
Yes, I know. I went to Japan in 2008 and I was blown away by the rockabilly culture over there.
Yeah.
They absolutely love rockabilly, and they even dance out in the street in the broad daylight. I'm just like, wow. It was a whole thing. And I thought it was so fascinating and so cool. And that's how much your heritage and your culture has influenced other cultures too. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Even with my culture, because I come from Pakistan, my family comes from Pakistan, and even with, you know, our clothing, the food, the music, Bollywood music, you know, it's in everything.
Everything. And even the style of the Pakistani culture, you know, the dresses are amazing.
They are, yeah.
So beautiful. So, like, you know, to capitalize on that, to try to make that into something like an everyday wear would be just saying.
I think you could do something like that.
You could do something like that.
I am so not good with that sort of thing. I'm good at taking photos and editing. That's it. And publishing magazines. That's it. And then talking to amazing people like you. So the next question I have for you is, so many people wonder about the difference between vintage and reproduction and true vintage. How do you balance staying historically accurate with making pieces wearable and comfortable for today's customers?
So, it's so much easier, I believe, now because of the technology that we have and what we can do with it. So getting something that I've seen on somebody or in a picture or something like that, and then I just fall in love. Oh my God, I have to make that. I have to reproduce that. Like that is such a timeless, beautiful piece. And the fact that I can make it from an extra small to sometimes a 6X, generally around a 3X, but just to be able to remake that and in the fabric quality that we can come by now is amazing. I love being able to reproduce a lot of those timeless pieces that nobody can get their hands on anymore.
Yeah, and also the whole size thing, you know, in those days, I wouldn't be able to fit in probably 70% of the garments that were circulating because I have, you know, wider hips. I don't like, and those days, the women's diets and lifestyles were a lot different. So it showed in their bodies. Over time, we started to implement more junk foods in our diets, you know, so it changed the trajectory of the human body. So for me, it's extremely, extremely important to have inclusive sizes for, you know, not just like a certain shape, but also ethnicities, because some people are heavier in certain areas of their body or skinnier in certain areas of their bodies. For me, I got a big butt and big hips. I can never find pants that fit me unless they're stretchy, you know? So that's why I really, really love when I'm able to go to your shop and like, so for example, like the capris that I'm wearing right now, you would think they would be a medium, but I'm actually wearing an extra small because of the stretchy.
Stretch.
Yeah, I love that, you know, and so you really keep that in mind. And I think that's really important. And I'm glad that there's brands like you that are aware that we have to be mindful of everybody.
Yes. And that's a huge, aside from pockets, that's a huge thing for me in my in my fabric and what I pick and what I design, that it has to have stretch. Like it has to be sustainable. It has to be comfortable. It has to be quality, but it does have to have stretch because the sizes of our bodies are all so different that you got to have that. And the stretch just fits a little bit better. It holds in good. It fits tight where it's supposed to fit and loose where it is supposed to fit as well. And, it's great to have, like I said, women will come in and they're, oh my God, I have it, they're in the plus size or they're finding something. And it's like, I haven't worn a dress in 5 years because I couldn't find something. And I just love this. It feels so good. So when we get customers like that and stories like that, that's why we do what we do,
Yeah. And that's really, really important to get feedback from your customers about, how certain garments fit, if you need to make any adjustments or improvements. So I really love that you listen to your customers and you get their feedback. So, okay, so moving on to the next one. All right, so when you're sourcing or creating reproduction pieces, what does your design research process look like? And how do you ensure authenticity?
So I usually start with a piece that I like from the past or whatever, something that I've seen. I'll put inspiration pictures together. Like, this is kind of what I want. This is how I want this top, this bottom, this one to look like this, this kind of pattern. And then put it together into like what's called a tech pack, where you have where it's going to be, where the zippers are going to be. Is it going to be a center zipper, back zipper, side zipper, whatever. And then once we get there, I've worked with a few factories that I always double check to make sure that they're, quality and they're, why can't I think of the name? Like, they don't use underage workers. They give breaks. They don't work 10-hour days.
I know what you mean. Yes.
I forget what it's called.
I think what you mean is like child labor or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
it's like moral. So I don't know. It's called. I have the word for it, but so we double check on that, as well as fabrics and everything that goes into it, and you just try to design a piece that is of quality and fit that someone's going to fall in love with, because when they do, you get people who come back because they love the way that fit, that design and this piece and the way these fit. Their clothes just fit great. Their clothes last a long time, so.
And that's how I feel about Rockin Bettie clothes, especially your Boulevard Nights collection. I seem to have, like, when I open up my closet today, I'm like, which one should I choose? It is the last leg of the summer, so I said, let me just go a little tiki today. But I have majority Boulevard Nights. It's just a great, great collection, and the curation, just every time that I see what you curate, it's just amazing, and my jaw always drops. So we're going to get to that, the new collection, in a bit. But who are your typical customers, and are they performers, collectors, locals, tourists, all of the above? What do you notice excites them most when they walk into your shop?
So that's such a hard question, because people ask me, and also when I'm trying to do ads and all those kind of things, the big thing is, who is your target market? And my market is so broad and so wide. Like, I can't say it's plus. I can't say it's extra small. I can't say it's Latina. I can't say it's, African American. I can say that it's just such a broad, even by age. I have kids that come in back to school that shop, that still dress this, that love this. I have women in their 60s and 70s that come in, they dress because they love to have that classic style, and like I always say, it's a sexy classic. It's not, it's a tasteful sexy. You don't have to show it all to look the part and look
suggestive. Yeah.
Yes. So the market is so broad. It's not anything that I can pin down because there's so many people that just can fit every piece so well.
Right. Yeah.
And when they come in, I think they're most excited about the look because it's not a very common look. It's not a mainstream dress that's out there. So they get excited and how pretty things are. And then also like, especially during Viva, when we get a lot of tourists or a lot of the true vintage people, because I always say one compliment that it gets me so well is when I get true vintage people who like what I have, because true vintage people are very loyal to their vintage pieces.
They are. I
vintage. Know. They only dress vintage. They do these things, and then when they come in and they will buy something from me, or they compliment how well it is or how good it looks towards the vintage, it's like so that's my
a big compliment. Yeah, they are like savants in a way, or aficionados of vintage, which is really cool. I actually sell vintage clothing. I've been selling vintage clothing since 2018, but I'm not like a snob about it. I don't mind wearing other things. I don't mind shopping at, even modern shops. I don't mind that. I think that there's room for everybody to be successful, and there's a market for everybody.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so on to a fashion and identity. Vintage style is often more than just clothing. It's a lifestyle and a form of self-expression. How do you see your boutique helping people embrace or discover that part of themselves?
I think everything kind of starts with your style of clothing. And once you start to kind of move into, like, I have women that have just happened to find me. And so they come in, they're like, oh, we just happened to see it, or we just happened to, Facebook knew I was coming, so your ad, pushed me here. And they happen to come in, and then they come in and they buy something and they love it, and they come back and they buy something. And then it's like, oh, I bought this for my house. So it kind of carried on into pieces that they love for their house, and buying like true vintage pieces, or getting more of a eclectic, is that what you call it, look for vintage, and having the love for vintage again and bringing that back. Bringing back that style and the nostalgia of the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Which I absolutely adore. Actually, I found out about Rockin Bettie through a YouTube video I watched years back that Ashley Marie put on. She uploaded that like maybe 7 years ago, and she was modeling some of your clothes, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I have to go there. And that's when I went to visit you, and I think it was 2022 or 2023, and I just fell in love. And I also love your employee, Ashley. She is fantastic.
She is the absolute best.
She makes me feel like a winner whenever I try something on. I'm just like, okay, I'll just take it.
I go, it's so hard for a business to find somebody who loves the business as much as you. Yeah. And I have that in her. She is my heart. She is family. She is love. She is everything. And she really cares. So she cares about the brand. She cares about the store. Like it's hers. And it's ours together, because she grows it just as much as I do. She contributes and puts in as much as I do, and as much heart as I do.
I can tell, and I'm not even there. I can just tell by the way she corresponds with me, the way she interacts with customers when I'm there. I can just tell that she really genuinely puts her all into Rockin Bettie, and she really believes in the brand. And I think that's a really amazing thing, especially when you're trying to grow and expand your business and get your name out there to even more people. It's important to have that support.
100%. And she does. And she says that because I believe in the brand, and she's like, and I know you, and I know what you put your heart into and how you feel about this, and I know what kind of person you are, so it just makes me want to love it that much more.
Aw. Well, I have to say, if I was living there, I would probably want to work for you part-time. I'm just saying. Okay, so moving on, we are going to talk about some challenges and some rewards, okay? What has been the most challenging aspect of running a vintage reproduction shop? And on the flip side, what's been the most rewarding?
Probably the most challenging is the, I want to say, just getting out there and getting known. It took me a long time. It was years and years before I actually started to really be productive and really in the green. Every year I was fighting and growing and trying to get people and doing things. Like, I used to travel every year and do tons of shows and take the whole shop, tear the whole store down, and drive 6 hours to a event and set it all up, and then for 2 days at 12 hours a day, and then take it all down and come back and do it again. That was the most challenging, is probably the growth. But now, the most rewarding is now being able to, like, I don't really work much in the shop. I get to be here and have my home office and design and work on ads and like all the back end stuff. And the most rewarding is hearing from customers and friends and people who have pieces and just say how much they love the way that it makes them feel and they fit and when it looks, and that's definitely 100% the most rewarding.
I love that. That's perfect. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left, so I'm just going to mosey on over to the next question. Okay, so do you collaborate with local pinup groups, burlesque performers, or events in Las Vegas? How important is community to your brand?
Community is extremely important to me. I used to, before COVID, I worked with a group called Project 150, which was very, very close to my heart, and it's for homeless teens.
Oh, wow.
And they actually had a boutique called Betty's Boutique where people can donate. And, oh my gosh, my brain is, underprivileged teens can go in, or homeless teens can go in and shop for free. And so every year I would do a car show and a Christmas car show and like pinup pageant and music and everything to raise money and donations for them. So that was huge for me. And like I said, as now I'm on the board of Safe Nest. So all those kind of things are actually, the community is means a lot to me. I've been born and raised in Vegas, so giving back is something that is it's hard because I have 5 kids and
of
the business
course,
and all this stuff. But
mom first.
Yes. I do it again because it's very, very important to me to be able to give what I can back to the community and work with whatever I can do to help.
And I'm sure they really, really appreciate that and they value it. Okay, so on to the next one. I think I lost my place. Oh, wait, here it is. Okay. All right. Yes. So on to Boulevard Nights, my favorite topic. Okay. You just dropped new Boulevard Nights collection. Okay. That I'm absolutely obsessed over, by the way. What was the inspiration for this collection? And can you tell us what is part of the collection? And once you tell me that, I also want to know what's your favorite outfit in the collection.
So one of my tops that I've been wanting to probably design since I started designing back in 2020 is the Betty boiler suit. I've always loved the boiler suits, the jumpsuits, the, we can do it type of jumpsuits. So that was a very, very one piece that I really, really have been wanting to design. So I love that one. The other ones are kind of inspired by just vintage pieces that I've loved and saved. And I go back and look and like, how can I make that more, just a more modern fit, but still a vintage look.
Yeah.
Goes back. I get a lot of, I absolutely love, I don't know if you follow her too, Butchwax Vintage.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gosh, she has
her.
the most amazing pieces.
I know.
I love her pieces. And I've told her, I'm like, you are such an inspiration because everything you put is amazing. And I want to reproduce it all.
Yeah. Like she finds the rarest of rare pieces, and I'm blown away. And I wish that my wallet can afford it, but it can't. So
like you said, a lot of those vintage ones, I just can't fit. So I'm like, well, I'll just make it in my size.
Yeah, there you go. And I will buy it from you. So there you go. And what's your favorite piece besides the boiler or jumpsuit?
Well, I want to say probably the Panthera dress and coat with the leopard. Mm-hmm. It's and the coat's reversible, so you can wear it as a leopard coat or a black coat, and then the black pencil dress on the inside. The material of the dress, so I found this new material this year. I made it into the Bettie skirt, which is a pencil skirt, but it's like a stretch satin, but the material is so amazing. It holds you in really well, so I also made the dress out of it. So the dress.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see.
It's so good. It's so good. And then to have the coat, it's not really a trench. It's still a dress coat, and you can wear it, like I said, either with the leopard showing on the outside or the inside, and the matching belt. So it's just.
I have my eye on that gold dress, of course. I am adding to cart very, very soon, probably this Friday when the paycheck comes. And I also really love that velvet two-piece. That's so gothic. It's so me.
So that's one of my original pieces from 2020. I brought it 2020 or 2021, one of them. And it's like a shorter version of the Pachuca style jacket with the peplum and the pencil skirt. Yeah. But it's a little bit more modern, so the jacket's not as long. And I brought it originally in a green emerald kind of velvet. Mm-hmm. So this time I'm like, let me bring it back in a black, because everybody just loves a nice, good black. And so it's
I sure do.
Yes.
I'm adding that to cart. I'm adding that gold dress to cart. Just saying.
Oh, good. Like, they fit so good. That's the big thing. They and they make every body look good.
They do.
Everybody loves them.
Well, it's your designs, you're very detailed and you care. And it shows. The outfit I'm wearing right now, like, I just feel so comfortable in it. Like, I can go grocery shopping in this outfit. I mean, I wouldn't, because I'm going to get stared at, but or maybe I should. Maybe I should go to the gas station, pump some gas wearing this, right?
You get so many compliments because people see it and they're like, the style looks so classy, beautiful.
It does.
It's, people don't see a lot of that around. So when they do see it get dressed up, it's like, oh my God, it looks so pretty.
It does. I personally don't like attention like that. So that's why when I'm out and about, I'm like, hoodie, don't come near me. I'm like,
obviously you can see the same. I'm in a freaking t-shirt. I didn't even do my hair. I'm like, it's a Zoom call.
You're totally fine. You're a beautiful soul, and that's all that matters.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today for this exclusive Insiders interview with Rockin Bettie. This is part of Dream Beauty Magazine's interview. I would like to do an actual written interview with you, a written article, but I would like to take some photos of you. So the next time I'm out in Vegas, I'm going to just come to the shop. I'll take photos of you, and then we could do the written interview through email or something. But thank you so much for joining me today. You are the best.
Including me. Like, this is amazing. Just like, this is another rewarding, thing that happens, to just be able to have this and have these opportunities, and just to hear it.
Thank you so much for joining me on the very first Goldie Hour podcast episode. I hope you had a great time getting to know Amy at Rockin Bettie Boutique in Las Vegas. If you ever want to visit, their address is 1302 South 3rd Street, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89104. And if you want to visit their website, it's www.rockinbettie.com. And you can follow them on Instagram, which is at Rockin Bettie LV. That's Bettie, not Y. Okay. And I am really excited for the next episode. This is going to run monthly, so you're not going to see the next episode until a month from now. But the guest that I have is an awesome photographer and videographer. You probably have heard of her, Glitz Entertainment. I'm a big fan. I would love to get photographed by her one day. Awesome person to collaborate with. So stay tuned for that. And thanks so much for all the support, guys. This is really cool. So I'll see you in the next episode. Stay golden.